So we are back with our NHL free agent franchise mode here. In the last episode, we finished bottom 3 in the league, did the draft lottery, dropped down one position, unfortunately, and went through all the awards, stats, stuff like that. So if you haven't checked that out already, make sure you check it out, see how we created our team and got this franchise mode started. Besides that, we're going to hop into the draft. We'll go to pick number 4. With our 4th pick, we have a couple options here. We have 2 defensemen and a forward here. We're going to pick up Lev Shinov here, though. So, spoiler alert, I did this already and my mic wasn't on. So, this is a little bit unfortunate. We have to redo this. So, we'll draft Lev Shinov here, right D from the German league. He's going to be a high elite 75 overall, so that's going to be a big pickup for us. Besides that, we're going to sim all the way to our 2nd round pick here. And with the 2nd round pick, we're going to pick up Cole Hudson here, 5'11", OFD, left D. Or no, well, it has him as 2AD, but he's an OFD, I think. I think he's an OFD. Actually, I don't know. But 2-year ETA, pick him up from the USA League, and he's a 2AD, high top 4 defenseman. So another big pickup there. And besides that, I think we go to the 3rd round. Sorry if it seems like we're going through this quick. I've already done this, like I said. We're just trying to redo it. So this guy was also here in the last time I did this, but he's 19 years old, so we're going to ignore that. Not that big of a deal. And we'll go to the gems here. And we're going to pick up these 3 guys. I think there's one more guy here. I don't know if I'm tripping here. I could have sworn there's one more guy here. Never mind. So we'll go and we will draft these 3 because we have a gem 7th D guaranteed medium top 6 forward here. And a high top 6 forward here as well. So we'll start off with Gustafsson, the gem lefty defenseman, and we'll see what he is. So he's a medium top 4 defenseman. He's actually a DFD, 67 overall. So again, another good pickup there, as this is a very deep draft, at least in this game. So we'll go and make our 2nd selection here, and we'll pick up Crooks as he's supposed to go first. So Zaki Crooks, the Swedish right winger, 6'11". Imagine, that would have been fun. No, 6'1", 3-year ETA, guaranteed top 6 forward. We'll pick him up with our another 3rd round pick, or I guess our first 3rd round pick. And he is a 64 overall, 2-way forward, medium top 60. So we'll go to the next pick here as well and get ourselves a guaranteed high top 6. So that's a very good value 3rd round pick here. Yarmaro Reber, I believe is his name. High top 6 forward from the Switzerlands. We'll draft him with our 2nd, 3rd round pick here. So that is just insane value. Playmaker center, 64 overall. We'll have to see what we can turn him into going into the future. And we'll go to our 3rd round pick here now. Now we actually have a couple, I think we have 2 more 3rd round picks here, 2 late ones. In terms of gems, we've exhausted our gems, and we'll just sort by potential here. So what I was looking at last time, I was trying to go through this, was Vinny here. So Vinny, pick 103 to 106 possibility. He's 6'2", 2-year ETA, which basically just tells you he's going to be a medium elite. So 68 overall, medium elite goalie. Hybrid, if anyone's interested. I don't know if anyone looks at hybrid, stand up and butterfly, but anyway, so again, another good pickup. Goalies don't have much value until they get developed, but maybe in the future he could be our next goalie after Spencer Knight, or yeah, I guess, I don't know, I guess that's it. Besides that, we have 2 really interesting picks here. So we have Cole Eiserman, who we know is low elite because we actually went in and changed him from a high top 6 forward to a low elite. So we're going to pick him up. And he is, I'll show you guys right now. It's kind of a great value pick here. Low elite, 73 overall, left wing sniper, Cole Eiserman. And if we look here, kind of insane, 5 X factors, which, I mean, maybe a bit much for a low elite, but again, it's a custom roster. I like the roster. Besides, I didn't notice. I would have taken away some of those X factors because that is quite a lot. So with this 4th pick, another very interesting draft pick we have here is Zane Parekh. So obviously Parekh in real life went like top 10, I think, in the draft to Calgary. Great OFD prospect, but in this game, he is only low elite, and the low elite guys obviously drop far down in the draft. So again, another huge pickup here. OFD, 73 overall, Zane Parekh, low elite, and he also has 4 X factors. So another very fun pickup here as we get Parekh and Cole Eiserman, or I guess Cole Eiserman, end of the 3rd, Parekh, early 4th round. So besides that, I think that was about it for the draft in terms of what we know. The rest of it is really just kind of reaching, just seeing what we can get. So we're not going to pick up any more draft picks here. We've gotten a great amount of high-end prospects. We have the goalie here, so we'll draft the goalie here from Russia, 6'5". He's a big boy. 2-year ETA, so again, maybe a high, not highly, I meant high starter. So 68 overall, high starter. So another good goalie prospect for the future. Again, probably not the most trade value because he's a goalie and goalies have like 0 trade value. We also have another goalie here, Nicholas Kempf, 6'2", high elite, 2 bars, 3-year ETA. Again, probably a high starter, which is most likely the best value you're going to get here in the 6th round. So we'll probably pick him up as well. Picking up 3 goalies is a little bit crazy in one draft, but there we go. Another 67 overall high starter. We'll sip to the next pick here. I think this is probably the last pick we have, our 7th round pick here. And so far, we've actually got an amazing value out of every single pick here. We have a Japanese guy here, Kenta Isogai, 19 years old, 5'10". I swear I've never seen a Japanese player in these drafts. That is so interesting. We might have to draft him just based off of that because I don't think we... like, this guy might be something, but he's not Japanese. And then we have... but Graf here. Graf is 3-bar low elite. So realistically, this is probably our best chance of getting some value out of this pick. Okay, what we're going to do here is we're going to get both. We're going to get the guy with the good rating, and we're going to take the Japanese guy because that's fun. So Kenta Isogai, welcome to the free agents team. And he's high bottom 6'4". That's very interesting. What is this roster, bro? He has 5 X factors. Okay, so oh my god. I was going to say he must be a creative player because how does he have... Well, no, first he has the X factors, but I swear you never see the Japanese players, but 5 X factors, high bottom 6'4". I swear this isn't my roster. I didn't create this. Wasn't aware that a guy like that was in there. So whether or not you want me to use that guy, you guys are going to have to tell me because he might be like just a crazy bottom 6 player for our franchise here. I just genuinely didn't expect him to be anything, and now he has 5 X factors, so... Okay, and we'll pick up one more 7th round pick here because I want to draft the Graf guy. We'll probably just give up a 7th round pick in next year's draft to make that happen. So we'll draft Graf to wrap up this draft here. Where is he? So 3 bars, low elite, 17 years old, center. 3-year ETA maybe. I don't know. He's probably going to be a low elite, maybe a lower overall. He's actually a low top 6'4", 66 overall. So again, a bit of a project. If anything, we could trade him. I don't know why all of these guys have X factors. Whoa. What is this roster? Oh. Huh? Why does a medium bottom 6 forward have 5 X factors? I don't know what this guy's like thing is with X factors. So it seems like he's given like basically everybody X factors. Maybe he knows something about these prospects I don't know. we'll roll with it. So we'll wrap up this draft, and we'll get to see here a review of this. So just a crazy draft. We get Levshinov, Hudson, Gustafson, Crooks, Reber, I think we said, Vinny, Eiserman, Perek, Yegorov, Kempf, Isogai, and Graf. And obviously we saw all their potentials. So just an absolutely stacked draft. So besides that, what we're going to do here is we're going to get into the re-sign phase, and our entire team should be expired because they were all on 1-year deals, besides some of the guys that were on rookie deals or extended. I guess the guys we traded for / signed later in the free agency here. So Kaylor Yamamoto, that was one of the guys we were trying to develop here. He's actually on an A3 overall, still medium top 6 forward, 25 years old. If we give him another year in the top 6, we might be able to push him over the edge into an actual top 6 player. But in terms of money, he's wanting a lot of money. So I'm thinking we're just going to qualify him here at 2.16 mil and then probably just let him sign that in the offseason, because don't want to be giving him that much money. Tony DeAngelo. So it looks like all of these guys are probably going to ask for just an absolute bag. We're going to have to figure out who we want to return here, because obviously I don't want to just sign a bunch of guys in free agency and just make this team crazy based off of that. So I want to develop some guys into the system. So we'll sign Nishin here, as he's going to go to UFA if we don't. Besides that, we should go to expiring. I don't know why we're not on all expiring. Let's make the easy decisions here. We'll release all of these like 58 overall guys. Get them out of here. We don't need them. Just taking up contract spots. This Johansson guy, we will sign him for the AHL. Give him a 3-year deal, $800K. We'll release this guy. Anyone who doesn't have potential, just not interested in. We can bring this guy back, I guess. Still 25. Probably not going to become anything, but why not? We'll release Pitlick. We'll release Hunt, Lindblom. We're basically, you know what? We're probably just going to end up releasing like essentially our entire team here. And then maybe some people make it back when we come back to free agency and have to sign some guys. Now, again, like Killington, 3.4 mil is a little bit rich for him. Now we're going to have cap space, just straight up simple. So maybe we bring him back. I feel like, honestly, we'll just go into free agency here and see who we want to bring back, because right now they're just all asking for an insane amount of money. I think that's because we have so much cap space here, and obviously we were a bad team. So just letting basically everyone go here. Lankinen, honestly, that's not a bad price to bring him back as a backup, but again, I kind of just want to go into the free agency here and see what's available. So ending up not actually signing that many guys. In terms of our recent draft picks, none of them are ready for the NHL, so we're just going to let them go back to their respective leagues. We're not going to sign any of them. Excuse me. So we'll just sim here, and the 3 players we did sign should be making... Yeah, there we go. Should be signing. Okay. So we'll get to free agency now and have a lot of moves to make. We're going to have a ton of stuff we got to do here. So first thing I like to do is just go to view contracts. Now, I don't actually think we'll have to do it this time, but I like to just see who's expiring, see if we can do any extensions. Now, we don't really have anyone. We can give this guy an extension. Never mind, he wants money, so we're not going to do that. This goaltending prospect we have in the AHL, we can extend him. Actually, we'll wait up on him. Probably get him on a 2-year deal in the future rather than just giving him 1 year now. So we'll hop into the staff real quick because we never did that, and we'll just see what we're rocking here. Now, it's going to be hard to get a good grasp of who's going to have a good team fit, as, like I said, we don't really have much of a team here. So might be nice to get a good fit for Lambert, obviously one of our top prospects, and just bring in a guy who has a good rating. So we'll probably bring in this guy. Now, in terms of contracts and all of this stuff, I don't really worry about the money. I don't cheese like the head coaches. I'm not going to fill my whole team with head coaches, but I just want to secure and make sure we actually get the coach, so I don't have to keep micromanaging all of this. So we'll bring in this coach. Sometimes they even deny that. You give them $10 million contract and they'll just reject it. And then we'll we'll fire our coach from last year, Ian Moses. Sorry, Moses. Gotta go. In terms of the rest of the staff here, we'll just see if there's anyone better we could pick up. I think we had a B associate and a B minus, or a B minus assistant. So we're good in the NHL. We just got to pick up a goalie coach here. So we'll go to assistant and we'll scroll down and just see if anyone has the goalie coach. I don't know what you call it. Just listed as a goalie coach. Sometimes there's just like none of them. Then you got to go down to like the AHL here. There you go. So we got an AHL head coach. We can just sign him as our NHL goalie coach. C's pretty good. Not too sure how much coaches matter in this game. I feel like that would be a good test to do. In terms of the AHL here, we could probably sign some better coaches here. I just want guys with good development stats. Wait, go back up here. So he is a B in teaching, which honestly isn't that bad. We'll just see if there's anything better here. So C minus teaching, A teaching. So we'll sign this guy just to get the better teaching and try and develop our guys as much as we can. What type of cookie do I want you to ship me? You can ship me a raisin cookie. The most like, it's not bland. I like them. It's very basic. I like chocolate chip too. Like some M&M, like some Subway one. This guy has B coaching. We'll sign him as well. Is it called coaching development, whatever it's called? Bring him in as our associate. And for the assistant here, again, let's just find someone with good teaching. A minus. He's going to be a goalie coach, actually. We'll sign him as our goalie coach. I don't know what our goalie coach is now, but we will just fire the other guy if we need to. Why do all these guys have P's in their name? That's interesting. We'll just sign. Actually, I think we already have a D assistant here. I'm not. This guy actually already has good teaching. We're just going to fire this guy and then bring in the other dude. So in terms of the coaching staff, I'm happy with that. In terms of the scouting staff, I'm just going to fill up our roster here because we have 3 slots. Now, since we don't have Fog of War, it doesn't really matter to have NHL, AHL coaches. At least I don't think. But I like to have... So we're actually going to fire one of our Nordic coaches. I like to fill up 8 slots with NHL, AHL just to make sure we're not like cheesing the scouting system too much because we don't have Fog of War on. So we'll sign... I just fired an AHL coach. What am I doing? That's not doing what we want. We need to fire a Nordic coach real quick. Nordic coach. What league is Ice? I don't actually know what region Ice is. We'll fire this guy, and then that'll make up our scouting staff. Besides that, we get to get into the fun stuff here. So we'll just look at what our team's looking like here. I don't think we have much of a team. $66 million in cap space here. In terms of who's actually going to be on the roster, we really only have Yamamoto and Lambert guaranteed to make the roster, then also Spencer Knight. So we also have a backup goalie technically, but we could see what's available in free agency here. And maybe we could just get like a better deal. Okay, he's an RFA. I was going to say if Matty Beniers was a UFA, I would have many questions for what's going on. So goaltending wise, there's actually not much here. If we're trying to get a higher overall backup goalie, like I said, we could go back to like Lankinen or something, but we do have the medium starter guy, so might as well try and develop him and see what he turns into. There's no prospects really here. There's a high fringe guy, Nabokov. I don't know if we have a space in the AHL for a goalie, but we'll just sign him anyways, just in case, and then we could just make a trade. Defensively, we actually have a high top 4D. Why do we have 2 high top 4Ds in free agency? That does not make sense. I will pick them up and see if they want to come to my team, because that is just absolutely free. That should not be. And we have another medium top 4D just chilling here in free agency because EA Sports, it's in the game. Besides that, I think we'll just leave the rest of them. Now, we do need to fill up like basically our entire team with players. There's actually not much here in terms of defense. Couple RFAs. So our defense is not going to be getting much better. Who do I say? We don't even have a single defenseman on our team. So we're literally just going to be filling up with free agents here. We'll leave that for now. I want to look in terms of the forwards if there's any prospects we could pick up on two-way deals. So again, just free prospects. It's usually only through year one. I think it's because of creative players and just the amount of players in the roster where you could just get free players like this. And if they sign with us, good. If they don't, whatever. In terms of filling up our AHL with other players, I'm not too worried about it. We could just pick up a couple guys here for the AHL. Also guys who might be able to fill in at an NHL level if need be. Pick up Vesalainen. And I think that's good for now. So in terms of non-two-way forwards, what is available here? So we have Pavelski, who we said we weren't going to sign because we meant to take him out of the roster. Unfortunately, forgot to do that. Now, very interestingly here, we have Matty Beniers as a RFA. Now, if we were going to do this, we would be doing a one-year deal. We're trying to get this as cheap as possible and give up as little as possible. So what would we have to give up? A first and a third. What if we go cheaper? What if we... I don't know if he would accept that first and a third. So it looks like we're going to be stuck giving up a first and a third. Now, that's kind of a big deal for us, obviously, not being a very good team. But he is high elite. So it's kind of hard to lose there. I just want to look at the... Can we look at the draft class for next year yet? I don't know if we can. I don't see a spot. But it's going to be Haggins, who actually, I don't know what he is in this roster. He's sometimes high elite, sometimes medium franchise, but getting a guaranteed medium elite, or not medium elite, sorry, high top or high elite, my gosh, I'm all over the place, would be very, very nice rather than just risking it here. So they do have the cap room to sign him, so I'm not too sure what they're doing here. If we do give him like 5.3 million, they're likely going to just match it anyways, so maybe we should just not do that. I don't really want to steal him because I feel like that's a bit cheap anyways. So I think we're just going to leave Matty Beniers as the reasons I've listed. Don't think it makes much sense for either team to have that go through, so ignore that. In terms of actual free agents, there really is not much here, like I said. So let's just sign a defensive core because we're probably going to be bad yet again here, and we have a ton of cap space, so we can just give money like crazy. So we'll sign Barry here. We'll give him an absolute bag here. I don't see anyone giving him more than 6.5, so we'll give him 6.5. What else we got here? Schultz. Looks like Schultz and Barry are making a return to the team. Again, just making sure they actually sign. We'll give Schultz $5 million. And we can sign, I guess, probably don't want to sign too many OFDs like we had last year. It looks like it's mostly just OFDs in here. So it's either we can get a DFD in Pissick, but then we're going down 2 ratings, or we can stick with an OFD, but we're 2 ratings higher. So I don't really know what the best thing to do here is. I guess we could just pick up honestly, whatever. We'll just pick up Klingberg. We'll go for the higher rating, and we'll give him a bit more money because Florida is interested, and we want to make sure that we actually get him for the team. Left side is going to be so weak. We have Giordano here, but there's no way he's going to be very good coming into next year. Honestly, I'll do this deal. Killington, 2-year deal, 3 mil. Actually, we'll do 1 year. Again, we're pretty much just signing a placeholder team while we wait for our prospects to develop. I guess we'll end up picking up Pissick here anyways, just to get a left-handed guy and filling out the roster, we'll do Valimaki because maybe he can grow, maybe not. It's not really a big deal. He's just, like I said, kind of filling up the roster here. We'll give him extra money just to make sure he actually signs with us. And that will make up our defensive core. So forwards-wise, we'll just have to sign, again, basically like an entire team, excluding Lambert and Yamamoto. So we'll just sign the best players here who preferably are younger, because all of these guys are really old. And then we have old, RFA, old, and then RFA. Well, this is our RFA. Can we get Mercer maybe here? We're going to have to give him... I'm not mad about the money. It's just like, what do you have to give up here? A second round pick, honestly, it's not... Honestly, it's not a big deal if we do this. Picking him up could be nice for us too. My question is, let's go look at New Jersey here. How much cap do they have? Because if they're just going to match it, then there's really no point. But if they don't have any money here, we could definitely do this. They got money, so they're probably just going to match it, if anything. I guess we'll just send it and see if they accept it. If not, whatever. Just to get an extra player here who we could start developing. If anything, we could probably flip him for more than he's worth right now. So maybe I should give him just like the extra money, just to make sure we get him, especially since we have money right now. It's just I don't want to give up an extra pick. So let's see what the max is that we can give him without it turning into a first and a third. Keep pulling it back till we see just a third round pick, or a second round pick rather. Is this the max? No, okay. So 4.1 million, 3 years. We'll see if he accepts it. I feel like he would be a nice pickup that, like I said, maybe we could flip. If he doesn't accept it, all good. But I think that'll be good for us. So Mercer will pick up here. Again, Yamamoto, I said we were just going to wait on him just because he seems to be asking for a lot right now. And I think we could get him for cheaper. We could bring Hoffman back, honestly. He's only 34. He's probably not going to regress. If he does, again, not a big deal. So we'll sign him just to a 1-year deal, $2 million. And we'll bring in Kubalik as well, just because he's on the younger side, 28 years old. And we will offer him 2.8 mil. And that should bring him in. So far we have 1, 2, if Mercer signs 3 forwards. And then Yamamoto and Lambert gets that up to 5. So we really have like 5 players that I want in my top 9. Again, we just have tons of roster space here. In terms of other guys, we're going to need depth players. So I guess we'll end up just bringing back LeBlanc here to fill up the bottom 6. We'll just sign a bunch of bottom 6 guys here to fill up the roster. Chris Tierney, we'll bring him in. Pretend like he's a good veteran add. Same thing with Pearson here. Also add him onto the roster. Again, we could just give him a little bit extra money because we just have so much money. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Hoffman and Kubalik honestly might make the top 6. We'll sign like 3 more of these bottom 6 guys just to fill out the roster. Some of them want like a lot of money. What's up, Ethan? Good to see you. So we'll just do that. We'll bring back Pitlick, I guess. And lastly, we will sign Nick Cousins here. In terms of trying to fill up the top, I guess we can sign like Wheeler here and just see if he regresses, he regresses. If not, whatever. So we'll just sign him. Not much to lose here. We'll do the same thing with like Van Riemsdyk. And I think with Pacioretty, we were pretending he retired because I think he's retired. I'm not too sure yet, but we weren't going to touch him. Same with Pavelski. So we'll sim here and see who signs and who doesn't. So our head coach doesn't sign. That's not a good start. And so does the goalie coach. Okay, so the problem is our chemistry is bad. So not accepting our offers there. We're going to have to go in and send in new offers. There's not much we could do about our team right now, or the team chemistry rather. So we're kind of in a rough spot here. Maybe we should have waited before firing our coach. Again, we wanted to bring in this guy because he has the better fit, especially with Lambert here. But he wouldn't sign. Maybe we can try and sign this guy instead. Bring him in. Again, we got to get this contract to the max just to secure it going through. I wish you could do this faster. You can't. There's no other way. So we'll just max this out so that he hopefully accepts it. That way we don't have to go back into this and keep sending offers. And we have to find ourselves a new goalie coach because the other guy rejected our offer. We'll have to sign a D-rated goalie. I'm playing on the free agent team that we built the other day. I haven't uploaded episode 1 yet. We're going to be uploading episode 1 tomorrow, I believe, because I have it edited. I have a thumbnail. It's ready to go. It's just we already did a video today, so that'll be going up tomorrow. So we're working on episode 2 here of this franchise mode. So we'll sim here again, trying to see. They don't accept. That was the AHL coach. That's not a big deal. I want the NHL guys at least to sign here. The scouts are all signing, which is good. So we get the head coach. That's good. That's very good. We also get the goalie coach. That's going to relieve a lot of stress. So Mercer accepts the contract, but the big question is going to be whether or not the Devils match it. Barry also accepts. Same with Hoffman, Pitlick, Pearson, Tierney, Klingberg. Kubalik rejects, goes to Calgary instead. Schultz accepts. Killington unfortunately rejects and goes to Anaheim. We do get Valimaki, which is nice. Pissick, Griffith, Cousins, White. So all these bottom 6 guys look like they're accepting. Nabokov got the goalie. That's good. Some AHL guys. So it looks like pretty much everyone's accepting. We got a lot of those prospects too, which is going to be big for us. Who was it? It was Killington rejected, so we have to pick up another lefty. I guess, honestly, we have Sherratt and Dermott here, but Dermott is younger, so we'll pick up Travis Dermott, and we'll just give him $2 million. And then the other guy who rejected was, who was it? I don't remember. Was it a forward or a D? Oh, it's Kubalik. So we need one more forward. Well, I don't actually know if we need one more forward, but I'm just trying to fill up the rosters here. Honestly, let's just bring back Acapozzo for another year. Or was Acapozzo retired? I don't even remember if he's one of the guys who retired. We'll bring in Patan. Why not? We'll bring in Nick Patan as our last guy here. But I think we're good on the roster. He actually might sign with Florida there. They're the better team, and we offered probably the same amount of money. So Wheeler accepts. Van Riemsdyk accepts. That's good. And we'll see if your offer sheet... They did not match, so we actually did get Dawson Mercer. So we'll see how that goes. Patan also accepts. And Dermott. So nice. So we have our full team. My profile picture is Louis Eriksson. So besides that, we're all good. All we got to do is sim into the next season and put together our lineups and all that stuff. All that good stuff. Also, Yamamoto, we're still waiting on him to see if he signs. He should take the qualifying offer. There we go. So he took the qualifying offer. And we're at the beginning of the season. So we're still a seller. Still not a very good team. Let's just go into the captains and jerseys for now. And we'll set that. So again, we're probably just going to be running 3 A's here. So we have Knight and Prosvetov as our backup. In terms of who we'll give the letters to, we'll give Barry a letter. We will give Wheeler a letter. And we will give Pearson a letter. Sure. Or should we give a young guy a letter? I don't know. We'll do this for now because our veteran's going to leave. And then we'll be good to set our younger guys as captains and assistants. I am not a hockey player. I've only ever played ball hockey. So we will hop into the lines here. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else we should do real quick. Not really. We might check the trade block just to see what's available at this time. So again, the roster I think is better. Still pretty weak. I'm excited to have Mercer here, 84 overall. He's got 3 X factors, medium top 6, only 22, and we're getting a +3 here with Lambert. So maybe we could really grow this line. That would be really nice. I would like to just put whoever we can get the best plus here with. If anything, probably Yamamoto. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that's big. So they're all right-handed, but this is the best line we could do to maximize growth on this team. Center-wise, we are weak. We're weak on the wings too. I don't know why I just pointed out the centers. We're not a great team. We're just not a great team. We'll have the best face-offs just to make sure. We'll move up Vance Riemsdyk. So we're definitely a long shot for the playoffs here. You never know what could happen. We'll move Tyranny up here. Honestly, let's move Patan up here. He had the best face-offs out of all of them. Actually, no, he only has 78. What am I talking about? I thought someone had 80 face-offs down here. I guess not. Oh, wait, Wheeler has face-offs. Yeah, there we go. So we'll put Wheeler here. We'll move... we'll get the +1, I guess. We'll see what else we can do here. I guess we got to go with Patan. So what I'm going to do here is, like last episode, we're going to quickly go and set up all the lines. And I think we're going to get into the start of this season, maybe play a game, do something like that. And then we'll probably end the episode off there. Going into the next episode, we'll get to the trade deadline and maybe probably stop right before the playoffs. I don't know. We'll have to see. So let me go and do the lines. Okay, so we are back here. Before I move on to doing the power play lines and PK lines, I haven't done those yet. I'll show you guys the roster AHL and NHL lines at least. So this is what we're looking like. I like the +3 with Mercer, Lambert, and Yamamoto. Besides that, there's not much hope here. I brought up Kravtsov because maybe we could try a tournament something. Top 6 forward, low 24. Same idea with Anderson and also... oh, I guess that's it. Yeah, so there's not much to look up to in terms of the forward. Again, we have Valimaki here. Maybe we could grow him a little bit. McIsaac also made the team, which is cool to see that we're slowly turning him into something. The real bright spot on our team, I would say, is the goaltending with Spencer Knight, 88 overall, medium elite. And then we have Prosvetov, medium starter, as our backup. And then you guys can look at the scratches as well. So we'll show off the power play and penalty kill lines later when I do those. AHL team, this is what we're looking like. So we do have a couple players here now with potential, which is nice to see. I just want to make sure that they were in the lineup at the very least. I'm not going to do like micromanaging the AHL lines and things like that, but you could just see we have a lot of really good potential guys now, especially with the 2 we just picked up from free agency. And then in net also pretty decent in terms of the prospects. So the reason why I didn't do any of the power play lines and extra lines and all that stuff is because I just want to quickly go and just look through the entire league to see if there's anything available. That way I don't go making lines and then end up changing them all up. So if I find an interesting trade or something we could look at, I'll come back to that. So I'll see you then. So we're here on the first trade I want to attempt, and I'm going to explain what my thought process is here. So we have Mackenzie Weegar here on the block. He's actually down in rating because of morale, 81 overall, but with the 3 X factors and the top 4 defensemen, as soon as we stick him on the roster, he's going to go up. And then if we want to, we could keep him for a bit, or then we could flip him at some point. I think this is an easy trade. 6.25 million for 7 years is a bit much, but in this game, easily we could get rid of him at some point for probably more value than we picked him up for. So that's the idea here. Also going to be helping out the team now in the short term. The real question is, though, what we're going to be moving on from. Because in terms of what can we trade, we really only have prospects and then guys we just signed. So there really isn't many players that make sense to trade. We're probably going to have to go prospect here or draft pick, if anything. I think I would rather go next year draft pick because I feel like we're going to be better next year. We will have to move out a player just for the roster spot, though. So let's just move out. I guess we're going to move out Blitchfield just to get this to go through. So we could try this. I don't think that's going to go through, but we're going to start getting rid of our future draft picks because I think we're going to start turning it around in these upcoming years. So what about a second? So a second and a third is all it takes, and we get Mackenzie Weegar on the team. So I don't want to do best rosters because I don't want it to mess with the line. So there you go. Just like that. For a second and third, we have the best player on our team, Mackenzie Weegar, 86 overall with 3 X factors. And we could probably flip him right now, honestly, for some value. What is wrong with the lines here? So we're going to have to fix the AHL now. That's okay. I'll go in and do that afterwards. So that was the first trade I wanted to show you. I forgot to mention the next trade is a very, very crazy one. I was looking through here. Ottawa, if we go to skaters on the block, Brady Tkachuk is on the block, 84 overall, 24 years old, 8.2 million for the next 4 years. You can see his value is just abysmal, and that's because, like I said, 84 overall. He has the first line role, which means he's a much better player than that. He's going to be like an 89, 90 overall as soon as we trade for him, and then he has a full set of X factors with a gold X factor. So just absolutely going to fleece Ottawa here and try to find a trade that makes sense for this. So this is probably going to take me a little bit more time to find a good trade, and we'll come back for that. Can I tell you how to get a top 5 pick in the draft? I'm trying not to cheese this too much for my my channel here. Obviously, there's always going to be some cheese when it comes to this game. So who do I move on from, bro? Who do I even move on from? I'm like getting emotionally attached to all these players already. When did I get this guy? Did I just sign this guy? I think I just signed this guy out of... Yeah, I just signed him out of free agency here. Oh, what if I just flip Weegar now? Did his value even go up that much? I don't think it did. Just flipping Weegar right away. And then we have a couple of thirds here. And we'll try to just push this trade over the edge here. We got a bunch of like mid-round draft picks that we could just throw in here and try to get this to go through. We should be close. Probably we're like a second away from making this go through. Like I said, I'm just trading away these futures because we're probably going to be good by then. So sweeten it a touch. So if we just turn this into a third, just absolutely destroying our future draft picks, but this should go through. No, really? Okay, that's a bit surprising. What if we do this third? A bit more valuable. There we go. So I didn't get to show it, but we just made the trade for Brady Tkachuk. I'll show you guys what we gave up. First, let's look at Brady Tkachuk because I'm interested. So I'm interested. So there we go. Like I said, 90 overall, 24 years old. An absolutely great pickup. I'm surprised his value isn't more. I feel like we'll be able to make it more as we play him. Now, we actually ended up flipping Weegar a lot earlier than I thought. I don't know how much his value increased after we made the trade, but just decided to move on from him now. Maybe it would have been better to just keep him. I just didn't want to move on from any of the prospects, and then we moved on from the only recent coming up pick we moved was the 3rd round pick, or of our picks rather, was this 3rd round pick, and then we threw in I think both of these thirds and then like some futures. Or I don't know, I'm looking through here, but I'll just show you in our draft picks. So we're a bit barren in terms of the first 3 rounds in the next couple drafts. And then up to here, this is when I'm expecting us to start being good. So I'm not too worried about that. So just like that, we already have a 90 overall player and the best player now on our roster, Brady Tkachuk. That is crazy. It did not... I love when things like that happen, when you see players like that on the block and then could just make like a giant trade. It's always fun to make those big trades. So Brady Tkachuk is now the face of our organization, probably our captain, honestly. And just like that, we have a +5 on that first line, rather. Honestly, our top 6 is looking pretty decent now. Like, obviously, yeah, this team is still pretty bad, but we're looking better. We should be good for next year to start contending for like a wild card spot. And then the year after that, I think we're going to start contending for the cup, if anything. So all there is left to do is do our power play lines, our penalty kill lines, the extra lines, and all that stuff. So when I do that, we'll come back. Finally done doing all the lines. Obviously, that took way too long. So we'll go through here once again as we picked up Tkachuk. So I'm liking this first line. We do got Tkachuk, Lambert, and Mercer getting a +5. Obviously, these are our guys with the best potential. So I don't think we're going to be a good team, but it would be nice. And I think we're going to get some nice growth here with this first line. Besides that, it kind of sucks that Yamamoto falls off the line. So it's probably not going to be able to grow much more than an 84. Maybe we could get him. Oh my God. Maybe we could get him to like an 86 overall, get some X factors. That would be cool. Besides that, our team doesn't have much upside. Defensively, again, even worse. Not great there. Goaltending, we'll show it off once again. It's a better, more bright spot. In terms of these lines, you could just check out our power play and penalty kill lines. So +4 on our first line. Power play is nice. Got +2 there, +1 there, and a 0 there. So I tried my best to get pluses and just have like the best overall guys in all the positions. Unfortunately, with the 3-man penalty kills, I just could not get rid of the negatives. And then I'll show you our 4-mans. Again, just putting the best players up there. Same with the 3-mans. Extra attacker is going to be to Chuck and Lambert because, again, those are my most important players I'm trying to grow. And this is the shootout line. So sums up our lines, our teams in terms of what I want to do here. I think we're going to sim to the very first game. And I think I want to play it just for fun. I know some people maybe won't like that. But just for fun, let's use the team. It's one game. It'll be okay. And we'll have some fun with that. And then we'll sim a game after it just to see how the team sims. I guess this all depends on what our first game is, if it's home or away. So it's at home. So let's play this first game. We actually got a road trip, or not a road trip, sorry, a homestead, it looks like, to start this season. Quite a big one. We got a 4-game homestead. So first game against Buffalo, we'll just play it and I'll show off the jerseys, things like that. I don't know if I've done that yet. I think I have. You can look at our overall 90, 85, and 88 compared to Buffalo, who's 98, 94, and 87. So just play a quick game here. I'll show you guys if anything interesting happens. Let's see if we get the hat trick with Lambert here. Wheel. Oh, Brad Lambert, Hattie. Look at our outro. The music, the rats. Oh my God, Levi, what are you doing? It went under his glove. Bro completely missed that. All right, so we just came out of the game. Probably show you guys maybe a highlight or two of our game. Last thing I want to do here for this episode is let's just sim a game. Let's just see how our team sims. We're 1-0 due to me mostly, but hey, let's see how we actually sim. So against Calgary, first period, 10-7 are the shots, 0-0 is the score. Kevin Ball scores on us in the second to make it 1-0. And let's see what we can do here in the third. Are we going to get shut out in the first sim? So Mike Hoffman opens up the scoring for us on Dustin Wolf. And we'll see what else this game has in store. So 10 minutes left. Power play. Nothing. 3 minutes. Kadri scores with 2 minutes left. And Bean puts it away with the empty netter. And when you lose the first game, we sim. We're 1-1, but I think this is a good point to leave it off. Next episode, we'll get the sim going, get into the trade deadline, and like I said, we're probably going to end that one just before the playoffs. Well, actually, I don't know, because we probably might not be in the playoffs, but we'll have to see. So that's it for this video. As always, guys, take care of yourselves.